If you got small kids in the room, get them out now, because we about to speak some Swedish. Hey guys, what's going on? Andrew coming at you, and in this one I thought it would be fun to tell you like a couple funny stories where I actually heard these words in Sweden for the first time, and they mean something completely different in English from Swedish. And like to the English brain, it looks so wrong, or it sounds so wrong. So if you're looking for a good laugh, you found it here today. And also, YouTube, don't go demonetizing me right now because everything I'm saying is Swedish. Okay? It's Swedish. Don't hate the player, hate the game. So, I first got to Sweden, maybe like it's been the first month, like I'm at a bar, I just like met a group of people and this guy's girlfriend came to the bar and she's meeting us, we're talking, we're speaking mostly English the whole entire time. And the girl looks over at her boyfriend and says, "I'm gonna get another drink, would you like something else to drink?" And he said, "No, that's okay." She looked right at him and said, "Puss," and walked away. And I was like, whoa. She just called him a puss? That's not cool. You can't go doing that. That's not cool at all. And then later I learned that puss in Swedish means kiss in English. And it's often used when you say goodbye to people. But given the current circumstances, I had no idea what was happening, no idea what was going on, and it just sounded so wrong to my ear. And then sometimes you'll hear people say like kiss and goodbye. In that situation, they might say puss hey. So you can also hear that at the same time, puss hey. Like, it's not that weird, and when you hear it for the first time, it can be a bit crazy. Another one at the bar, and I swear I'm not at the bar all the time, I was just really young when I first came to Sweden, so I'm at the bar and talking to these guys, and everybody's talking, we're having a good time. The guy looks over his friends and he says, "Jag måste kissa," and he walks away. And I was like really, really confused at the time, and I remember thinking to myself, whoa, that guy wants to make out with a chick bad. But it wasn't until I learned later that that is the word that you're supposed to say if you have to go take a pee. And it's maybe like an informal way, but it's not that weird to say, "Jag måste kissa," and then you just go. And so that means that's the way that you go to the bathroom. Speaking of which, in English, a lot of times we call it the bathroom, the restroom, and in Sweden, it's just like, "I'm gonna take a piss." Pretty much is what it means, translation-wise. So Swedes are a little bit less formal about the bathroom, and Americans were weird about it. We don't want to say what we're doing in there for some reason in our language. We just go in there and rest a while. That's it. So I had just started working in Sweden, and like there's a lot of paperwork and things that I had to get filled out right away. So I'm talking to the secretary at my job, and like a lot of times they'll speak English, and sometimes I'll throw a Swedish word in because they don't know the difference in the language. So I'm talking to her, and I'm like, okay, so I need this paper, and like, what are you gonna do? And she's like, okay, as soon as the paper comes in that you need, I'm gonna put it in your fack. I was like, my fuck? Yeah, I'm gonna put it in your fuck. So well, let's just get out of the way that fuck in Sweden, F-A-C-K, YouTube, be good, means it's like another word for like your cabinet that you have, or a pigeonhole, somewhere where you have your own spot where you can get your documents. And when I worked as a teacher, I had my own pigeonhole, which was with the name of it. I had no idea that it was fuck. Speaking of which though, the same thing happened at work where there was actually like a union meeting going on, like in my office, or it was like an informal union meeting where union members were sitting in the office. And I had no idea what was going on. And I just kept hearing, fuck it, all the time. And when you actually are speaking about the union, it can, because of how Swedish works, you put an et at the end, so it would not be strange to hear fuck it. But I just honestly thought that everybody, all my coworkers, were like really angry about something. I had no idea that they were talking about something really, really important. So I just remember sitting there myself and going, fuck it. I get you guys. It's the way it is. Now we got to talk about, again, I'm in Stockholm, visiting Stockholm for the first time, still learning a lot of these words, right? And I'm on the train station, and I'm sitting on the station, everything's cool, and then all of a sudden I see slutstation. That's what it is in Swedish. But in English, it says slut station. I remember sitting there thinking to myself, you know what, like, I understand that like Europe's a little bit more liberal, but you don't have to like advertise it in my face right now. But if you see that and you're on the train, don't worry. You're going to be safe. You can stay on. And also that there's nothing going to be that exciting when you get off at that place. What slut means, or slut in Swedish, usually means the end. And in that situation, it's actually telling you it's the end of the train station. But to this day, like if someone's out of something, like it's also used at like stores if something is sold out or something. I was like trying to buy a pair of jeans one time and it just said slut on it. And I was like, well, that's not fair. I can't get my pair of jeans and now that happens. That's not cool. And then finally, we got to talk about fart. So fart in Swedish, I'm just putting you right there, kitty. Fart in Swedish is the funniest word to me, and it still is, because fart has so many meanings in Swedish. And we all know what it means in English. So first, fart can mean speed. So when you're on the highway or something, if there's some kind of speed control, you're going to see something that says fart control. And I just to this day, seeing something that says fart control on it is just the craziest thing to me. Fart is also used for like pulling in and out of like roadways. So it'll say in fart if you're supposed to drive in that way, and then out fart if you're supposed to go out, or ut fart is what it says in Swedish. And to me to this day, I always just feel like if you're having an infart, that sounds like a medical emergency and something you should go see your doctor. There are many funny words in Swedish, and you have to forgive me, I got my kitty right here. My kitty just had her surgery, so we got one of these on, so I'm giving her a little attention. A lot of times when you travel and stuff, you just have to find a way to laugh about things. And these are stories that I just laugh about because, you know, it was just the way my brain translates. Like, the more I think about it, I realize, okay, I didn't mean that in the situation, but I just thought of it because I didn't understand. All right, guys? I forgot to do my outro. Fuck it.